What do you say to taking chances? What do you say to jumping off? I just want to check that you can't see. Where does this t-shirt end for you guys? Because there is some stuff going on under here that is not appropriate. Let's just go with yes, and I'll edit it out later on. If there's a great big blurry trough down here, which is a word you don't get to use very often in a day, it's because there's just full sort of panty scaffolding happening. You don't need to know about this, shut up. I was singing a great Celine song and now I've just been thrown right, I don't even know the words anymore. But this is This Wine Tastes Like Crap. Welcome! Today's episode of This Wine Tastes Like Crap is sponsored by Charmaine Sleeping. You might have noticed in the last episode that it got so warm in here that one of my eyebrows just sort of popped off, and then I edited it, I chopped it up and it kept reappearing and then disappearing and then reappearing, so that's fine. Let's just go straight to the wine of the week, which today is, it looks old, it looks like something that sort of survived Hiroshima. We're talking about a Consuls General Agricole, Ministère de l'Agriculture et de l'Alimentation, Bourgogne-Alligote, Appellation Bourgogne-Alligote Contrôlée, Vendages, Blazon de Bourgogne, Imprintes Authentique. I've got no idea where we purchased this. I'm thinking, based on the sort of wrinkly old label, it was probably gifted to us by someone who found it under their stairs a few seconds before coming round to the house. I gifted a friend a bottle of Prosecco the other day, and then she looked at me and she was like, I gave you that. The level of mortifying. It's like when you used to call your teacher mum, or when your mum would walk in on you giving a toothy treat to your teacher. My Latin teacher had a head the size of the Iberian Peninsula. You could have housed refugees on that man's head. Yes, I took Latin. I was forced to. I went to a fancy school. I evidently did very well out of it. Hello, I'm... Cheers. What Latin do I remember? Well, I'm very glad you've asked me that, actually. In horto, which means in the garden. That's it. I will never forget the time that someone poured piss into Mr. Pearson's cup of tea. Which, I mean, he deserved it because he was not a very nice man. And also, the guy whose piss it was so hot, but that's unrelated. Also, sidebar, I'm sort of recycling a little flowery number. It's so summery, I just found it upstairs. I thought it's so bloody cute. This was from our Trixie Mattel evening. The hair as well. This is Avril hair, but I reused it for Trixie Mattel because the bloody hair I write for that, it went to someone else's address, ended up in a bin. That's another story for a different day. But still, did you guys see that picture? So cute. Trixie, 90,000 Trixies. The bitch shared it again. Can't even get over it. This won an award in 2016. I might have to call them up and see if that was ever revoked. It's 12.5%, sitting very comfortably, but I don't know what kind of wine it is. I've got no fucking idea, because it's all in French. Amadoué les salads. So, eat it with salad. Yes, I can speak French. Also, les taboules et légumes vapeur, which means vaporized peanuts. Conseil caractère. Oh, that sounded Liverpudlian. Bourgogne-Alligote. It's a fucking cork. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with that? Do they still make corks? Or is this just really old? 2016 it said on it. Well, I do have a screwdriver. Fucking corkscrew. Screwdriver! Yeah, oh, actually, this will work. Oh no. Okay, so here is an actual corkscrew, not a screwdriver. This is a first for this wine. So I've never worked in a bar. They wouldn't take me on. I got up and I made a great big speech in front of a whole group of people about how I was once prodded by a lesbian. It was supposed to be, one of those icebreakers and you're like, tell a funny story so everyone knows who you are. Mine was I got on the wrong train, fell asleep under a bench, and then a lesbian prodded me, but they didn't find it funny. I thought it was fucking hilarious. Maybe it's not. I've done it too much. How does this work? I literally need an adult to help me with this. Do I put it on there like that? It's going to break, I think. I'm going to break the cork or just like smack this into my face. Oh, thank Christ for that. Ready? Oh no, I did it too soon. Oh, that was the most piss poor sound effect in the world. I'll go back and I'll add a better sound. Cheers, everyone! Oh, I quite like that. The first thing I noticed was how smooth this end is. The end is so smooth. Delicious. I'm gonna, oh no. How do you save this? I've got a fake cork somewhere because I would like to drink this on Saturday night. It's gorgeous. The aftertaste it is a bit like beer, which I don't know if that's bad or good. The bottle smells weird. It smells like my cousin Amanda. Francaise. Do you guys like my top? It's so cute. I know it's Primark and it is also Friends. So it's the most basic bitch type thing I could possibly wear. But it is one level still above, like going and standing in the corner of a club in like a meshy number and a harness and scowling at everyone thinking you're hot shit and being rude when you've only been doing drag for 5 minutes. Say hello to people. Be nice. Be nice and sweet. I wanted to get this as a little homage because I have just watched Friends the whole way through. I've just finished it because it was on Netflix. They put it on. So you got to watch it. It's just something to have on in the background, quiet. You don't have to pay any attention to it. Everyone's fucking seen all of it. It's something you can have on just quietly while you're getting ready. You're not distracted by it. Until Chandler comes on, and he's in that one episode right at the end of the season, and he's all red and bloaty, and then suddenly the season starts up again, and then he's lost 50 pounds. It's sort of hard to pinpoint why that show was so fucking successful. Oh, you'd fuck Gunter though, wouldn't you? Gunther. Oh no, is it Gunther? I've always said Gunter. Hello, Head. Head? Are you hungover? She's hungover. Did you have a few last night? Oh, you smell whiffy. You smell like booze and you smell like Charmaine. You smell like Charmaine. Do you remember Ooh Stick You? Ooh, Stick You. Your mama too. And your daddy. Oh, I tried to get it to fly off. Although new talent unlocked, look what you can do. You can fan me. That is, oh no, slightly. It's like the end of Pride when your hair's just gone, ooh. Womana. Doesn't she look like Cynthia Nixon, don't you think? A little bit. Very Cynthia. There we go, that's nice. Charmaine's got a bucket. I leave her on top of the fridge at night, don't I? And then you sort of wake up in the middle of the night and sort of walk around and drink the booze. Like that story with the dairy cows and the elves that fix the shoes. That's the story about the elves. Were they elves? They woke up at night, or magically, they fixed shoes at night. I don't know if they fixed shoes. I don't know if they were elves. I don't think they were dairy cows either. But they come alive. And you did, didn't you, last night? Like, you know, see ya. You're alive. Drinking all that Bourgogne. Since I brought Charmaine Diamond White up, because she stinks, and so does Charmaine, I will tell you a quick story. It's my favourite story to tell about Charmaine. Charmaine works at a bar. She didn't used to. It was much more fun when she didn't because then we would see her. We went out one night and the general gist of the storyline is every single time we go out is that Nova and I will go home. It'll be so fucking late and we'll be like, let's call it a bloody day. Charmaine sticks around. She will straddle a married man or she will walk down to this other bar down the street that's like the place you go at the end of the night. So Nova and I had got into a cab, we'd gone home. We're talking like maybe 2 or something in the morning, 1, 2, I don't know. And Charmaine decides at the last minute, fuck, they're my ride, I'm going to stay with them, I'm going to have to go and get a cab, go and chase us and try and get... Well, we'd come home already, the cab was so quick. Shout out Bournemouth United Taxis. No, that's not right, the app, shit, so that's fine. So Charmaine goes to the cab rank. She thinks, I'll get in the first cab I see. There's literally a line of cabs. They've all got the sort of license logo on it. And then there's this one car at the end. And she thinks, yep, that looks like the right one. So she fucking gets in this car. Well, obviously the driver just whips his dick out. He's just like flopping it around. And Charmaine's like, no, I've had dinner, thank you. I can't eat all of that. That's a rather generous portion. She gets out of the car. Not that far from where we are, but sort of, you know, far enough that it's ridiculous. After trying to divert the situation and being like, I need cigarettes, and the guy was like, I'll go and buy you some, and she was like, this probably isn't a cab. So she gets to our house, she ditches her white mozzarella shoes in our bush, and then she sort of runs to the gate to try and get in. Well, she can't get in, so she ends up scaling the side of our house, climbing over the gate, cigarette in her hand, she's got her Patsy beehive, absolute state, she's got a hole in her tights right up to her yoo-hoo. And then I see the messages on my phone and I'm like, I think Charmaine's in the garden. She fell asleep on the rattan. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Went downstairs. I pull across the blind ever so slightly, like Sophie in the BFG, just looking out. And there's Charmaine sitting there. A different kind of BFG. Big fucking gay guy. Big in the thighs. She's sitting there looking up at me with a cigarette. I opened the door. I said, get in this house. You get in this bloody house. Well, the gag is that the gate was open the whole bloody time. It wasn't even locked. She could have just walked in and politely sat down and awaited further instructions, not scale the side of the house. Like an atrocious dickhead. Watching a movie with Charmaine is horrific. You can't, she's always, every 2 minutes, when there's two characters in a room, they're gonna fuck. We watched this one about this crocodile, this horror movie about this giant crocodile. And there's this one bit with this guy in a cave, and the crocodile like dives through this like hole in this cave and gets his giant like mouth, snapping mouth caught in this hole. And everyone's so like anxious at this part, and Charmaine just shouts, "Oh, it's tight!" Charmaine, she's got a bucket. I don't think Charmaine went to school. Certainly not fucking charm school. I think about school. I think about how a bird shit on me at school, and obviously everyone had to tell everyone because it was the funniest thing that week. Funniest thing that week. Not for me, but by the end of the day, when it happened, bird shit on me in the morning, end of the day, the rumour had got round that I like to be shit on by Russian bodybuilders. Kids are cruel. Kids are cruel. Times are hard. Times is hard. What is that from? Charmaine, she's got a bucket. Are you guys excited about all this content? There's so much. You don't know where to look. Cover your eyes. Then don't. It's like with a child. Peekaboo, I'm here. Children are gross. Don't forget, pastry lovers, that patrons at the Novympia cults get all this shit early, and they can tell us what videos to do as well. The link for that is down below in the description with all our social media. Just real quick though, I've got a little tiny message for a little somebody. It's a birthday tomorrow. It's one of our very own Archdruid cult members. It's Oliver James, who's going to be 28. He's so gorgeous. He enjoys hanging out on rooftops, like in a suit, very casual, very cool, calm and collected. But have a lovely day. Happy birthday, darling. You always will be slightly older than me. Hope you have a nice day and you get a lot of shit and you can sit around drinking Bordeaux a la Gote. I hope I turn that electric knife off. I've got an electric knife upstairs. I was making some hit pads. I did a live stream about it, but it could have gone very wrong at one point. It could have turned into the last scene from Audition. If you've seen the J-horror Audition, consider yourself an Novympia cult elitist. There's a lot of blood in that movie. It's fucking everywhere. There's some blood on the floor. I don't know where that's come from.
Greetings to our brand new patrons, Mr. Bomfoon, Joey and Jonathan Music, darlings, Michelle Tuffley, PJ Lennon and Craig Gibbon.
Today's spotlight is Sarah Close. I used to live on Sarah Close. It was next to Pam Road.